Good morning, gang. Happy Saturday morning. Getting cold, huh? Yeah. And snow and blizzards and all sorts of fun stuff. But it's not where I'm going to go today. Yet, at least. We'll see what the day brings. But here it is. It's Saturday morning. Maybe you slept in a little bit. Not me, because it's 4:30 when I got up today. But usually one of the first things you do when you get up after the morning routine in the bathroom, go to the kitchen, you make yourself a cup of coffee and have breakfast, right? Most important meal of the day. We've been told that ever since we were kids, right? You might want to be a little careful about what you put in your belly, okay? On a couple of fronts. So we found out in the last day or so about another food recall. Breakfast foods, okay? Quaker Oats has now come out and recalled Quaker Chewy granola bars. Got those probably. They're probably in your bug out bag. You probably have them in your pantry. Okay. Quaker Chewy granola breakfast cereals. Yeah, some of us might have some of that too. Granola, good for you. Captain Crunch cereal. Got kids? Got grandkids that you feed? Captain Crunch been around for decades, since before I was a kid. Okay. Pretty much a staple with anybody with younger kids. Captain Crunch bars. Carry those around for your little ones in the car. Dad, I'm hungry. Mom, I'm hungry. Grandma, I'm hungry. Here's a granola bar. Yeah, no. Okay. Munchies Munch Mix. Okay. There's another one. Snack food. And of course, anything that comes in the assorted variety packs that include any of those. So, yeah, here we go again. We've got a salmonella scare. And is it me or is anybody else noticing that we are seeing a whole lot of food products that are being recalled lately? And so many of them turn out to be breakfast. Here's cereal. We've seen oatmeal recently. We've seen eggs for the last couple of years up and down. We've seen bacon. We've seen sausage products. It's like they don't want you to eat breakfast. Why? Again, that most important meal of the day. That's what gives you energy. That's what gets your day started. Right? Okay. And if you're a little lackadaisical during the day, slower reaction time, maybe not paying attention, easier to knock on your door at 6 o'clock in the morning with three letters on your shirt, right? Just saying. Then you get the other one. And this one affects us all. And of course, I'll link this stuff so you guys can read it, right? How are you liking your GMO food? Chickens with chicken breasts that are the size of a turkey. Anything GMO vegetables. We've genetically modified this, yada yada yada. Okay. Guess what's coming out this year? Again, let's pair this one up with your Captain Crunch. What do you put on your Captain Crunch? A little bit of moo juice, milk. Okay. Genetically modified synthetic milk is coming this year. Okay. We have, this is just silly what this stuff is made from, that people are actually going to buy this. Okay. This is the ingredients in this: water, animal-free whey protein from fermentation. Okay. I'm still wondering, is the yeast from that GMO too? Okay. Sunflower oil. See, sunflowers are significantly genetically modified, where they get the oil from. Oh, and sunflower oil also is an inflammatory oil. You're really not supposed to eat it. Okay. Sugar. Oh, that'll do well for the American waistband. Okay. And then, because we got to get the health benefits in there. Less than 1% of vitamin A, vitamin B12, vitamin D, riboflavin. Yeah, it's like, okay, so there's nothing healthy about this, nothing that's good for you. But then the other things that they add in there, citrus fiber, salt, and God knows how many freaking chemicals. Okay. This is what they want us to put in our bodies. Hey, we got to be AOC. Get rid of the cows. Cows fart too much. We don't need beef. Again, AOC. You can just go to the store. That's where meat comes from anyway, right? But so the people didn't overwhelmingly go for the Impossible Burger or the Beyond Meats. Those companies are teetering on bankruptcy because nobody's buying their product. And so now it's like, oh, well, let's see if we can do it through the milk. Now go back to the arm ticket. What if they put any of the Mike Romeo November Alpha in this GMO milk? I mean, we've talked about they want to put it in food, right? Put it in your vegetables, grow it with this stuff, put it in your meat products. That we have to really, 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 really be careful of what we are eating, what we are consuming as a whole. I mean, whether it's what you're drinking, what you're eating, however, okay? Because they just want us filled full of stuff made in a lab. Now, it's now to the point where we can start doing things to produce our own food. My cabbage, my sweet potatoes, my potatoes have nothing genetically modified in them. They're healthier, okay? I mean, much as you want to say potatoes are healthy, okay? In some respects they are, but the starches will expand your middle. We really need to start watching. You go to the grocery store, oh, I need a gallon of milk, and you just grab it off the shelf. It's to the point where we're really going to have to start reading our labels before we buy stuff. And then when we find this crap in the store, start telling the store managers, this stuff's got to go. Or walk in there with your own sign and put, this is GMO milk, and stick it on the window or something, so other people might wake up. This is crazy. They are trying to poison us. There's no way in the world they're going to get away telling me, oh, this is better for you. No, it's not. How much calcium is in water, whey protein, sunflower oil? None. Okay. Vitamin D, which we hear constantly from the medical field, that Americans are short of vitamin D. A couple of reasons for that. I mean, you get it from milk is a good source of vitamin D. So is sunlight. Okay. Well, if you heard the ingredients, less than 1% of vitamin D. Okay. Gee, I guess that means I have to drink over 100 glasses of milk a day to get what I need in the way of vitamin D. Sure, that's going to happen. Or I need to get out in the sun. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't do that. You need to be in your office 18 hours a day just so you can afford to buy your groceries due to Bidenomics. Okay. This is it. We got to work ourselves to death and eat crap. Start making your plans, if you haven't already, to figure out how to produce your own or acquire your own consumables. Let's put it there. All right. Big pharma is in your grocery store. What do we now have? Big food? This is the thing. The more you can produce of your own, the more you can buy straight from the producer, okay? I know, like in Tennessee, it's illegal to sell raw milk, okay? Doesn't mean you can't barter for it. Doesn't mean you don't find somebody who's got a dairy cow and figure out some way to get a gallon of milk from them a week. I didn't buy it from them. I gave them some apples. They gave me some milk. No money changed hands whatsoever. They're my neighbors. It was just friendly. This is what we've got to get to. Because then you get to the other side. And if you've seen what's going on here about the disease that is starting to run rampant through the United States, not in certain spots, in these homeless camps, okay? And I don't care if it's Portland, if it's Minneapolis, if it's San Francisco, wherever. Disease is starting to run like crazy. Why? They're living in their filth. I'll keep that, you know what I mean, okay? They're not eating well, and our homeless population is at an all-time high. What's going to happen as Bidenomics continues to destroy this country and more people become homeless, the disease goes up and the quality of food goes down? Why do people get sick? Why do people get disease? Because their immune system can't fight it off, right? What's the best way to keep your immune system up? To eat healthy. I don't know, water and whey protein and sunflower oil doesn't sound exactly healthy to me, because it isn't. Yeah, it may make your belly full, but it's not going to do anything for keeping you from getting sick. And as the world gets worse, economically, people freezing to death, people without heat, power, water, clean water, anything, they're going to get sicker and sicker and sicker. Do everything you can. Get off the processed foods, eat healthier, and get out of the chemical complex that is the U.S. food system. Preppers have been growing their own for a long time. We really need to start ramping it up. And it's that time of year, guys, to really start looking at what you can do. I mean, you can, I'm not saying go vegetarian or something, but if you raise chickens, you know exactly what you fed them. You know what that egg is. When you butcher that chicken, you know exactly what has been put into that chicken. Again, provided you're reading the label on the chicken feed. But start thinking again like it's the 1800s, where there wasn't a rural king, where there wasn't a Tractor Supply to buy your chicken feed or whatever, where there wasn't a Kroger to go buy your chemically induced foods. Start thinking about how they ate and start putting that into practice. Because it is a matter of life and death, after all. Pinball out.